It's certainly not a socially aware move. It's not the move of someone who has empathy and
But
cares.
it,
Would is just where I'll probably leave that at this point.
I'm just gonna sort of kind of just try and word this out, I suppose. There is, if I am heartbroken because I've lost my partner, my husband, my wife, whatever, I'm not going to embrace their nemesis, so to speak. Charlie Kirk was outspoken about how he disliked what Minaj stood for,
Yes.
as well as, culturally and as an individual.
Yeah.
There is no way uh, his wife would have anything to do with Nicki Minaj. Because that's it.
No.
It, it is, it's pissing on his grave, for want of a better term.
Well, it's contrary, isn't it? It's holding two opposing thoughts in the middle of a highly emotional time. And we know it's very difficult to hold two contrasting and conflicting thoughts at the same time,
Mm.
regardless of anything else. But then when you put everything else into the mix, it's actually impossible to hold two opposing thoughts. So then does this come under the impulsivity? And to an extent, the promiscuity, does promiscuity have to be sexual? Is promiscuity okay, I'm just gonna, do this and see what reaction I get. And I'm not, without really thinking of the consequences and what the goal is behind it. It's just, is it gonna just get me more attention because I bring this person out on stage?
It's almost it's almost like the ex-girlfriend or the ex-wife getting into bed with the bloke you knew your ex hated.
A bad revenge plot, you mean?
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, the more I think about it, and possibly overthinking, the more it seems to be a dig at Charlie, a fuck you, not a, I mean, not for his memory. It honestly, it's,
It's like,
a
ha, I've won, I'm
grieving
still
widow,
here. Yeah,
a grieving widow would not be embracing the representation of what their husband disliked about life,
no, no,
and certainly not the one person he actually mentioned.
no, no,
And
it is. It's very odd. Very,
it's spiteful.
very, yeah. But it is
But
it
people are
is
talking
just
about it,
another
so maybe it's a
it's
good
another
plan.
yeah. Well, it's another show, isn't it? It's another. All eyes will be on me if I do this.
Yeah.
So it is no. There's no great thought out plan for this. It's how do I get more attention?
And the other problem you're going to have is for how long can she wheel out Charlie Kirk before people are just like, Charlie's gone, move on.
Mm. Well, there's already, and this is probably stuff for another video, so I'm not going to say too, but there's already speak of those kids aren't his kids, and she's kind of
Oh,
moving back in on the ex and stuff like that. I've already seen content around that stuff, and I'm purposefully ignoring it because I think we spent a lot of time covering Erika,
I
and
didn't watch it. I got a breakdown of what it was about, but somebody was talking about why she is a CIA spy and
yes,
why she was the person responsible for it, for what happened to him.
yes, yes, and they're things. I don't think we want to get into discussion on too much. I'm sure people in the comments will fill us in because these things have already been started coming creeping in on the comments. They're not things that we're going to openly talk about or
No,
discuss
but if one of them is
on the channel
absolutely
for safety
outlandishly
reasons.
crazy, I might just pin it at the top.
I like it.
Maybe that
I
can be
like
the
it.
pinned comment. What's your most outrageous theory?
Yeah, yeah. Tell us your conspiracy theories. Let us see. Someone did give me a link to kind of the Northwood experiment, I think it was, or the North or Operation Northwood or something else. I did quickly look at it, but I can't remember off the top of my head there. But I did quickly look at it. Actually, it's
I tell you,
interesting.
I was.
Oh, I've lost you again.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, you're back. You're back. Start again.
Yeah. I was talking to a lady on my podcast a couple of weeks ago. Angie, her name is, and she is a Canadian native Indian.
Mm,
And Canada's policy towards native Indians, even up to recent years, because she was born in 1983, and because her mum was a native Indian, she was removed from her mum at birth, placed into
yes.
foster care. And this carried on right up until about 2015. And they still make native Indian children, they take them off the reservations and put them in special schools. So they can't learn about their culture. And I was talking, I was like, what the fuck? This is 2026. This is the same country that gets involved in in other countries' affairs, saying you can't treat people like that. They were
Yeah.
sterilizing. Oh, was it they were sterilizing native Indian women up until 2015 against their wishes? Something like
I
that.
think so I've looked into this a little bit over the last few years, and there was an interview I saw with a Romanian woman, and this was in the 2000s, where she was sterilized against her will. Um, yeah, so I don't think it's actually stopped. It stopped in actual practice, I think, in around 1971, 1972, with regards to the overtly racial sterilization. But I
Mm,
do think it's never actually stopped properly.
yeah. Uh,
But that brings us on to a conversation of eugenics and stuff, and I think that's definitely one for another
in
day.
well, I mean, just a quick AI overview on Google AI. The ongoing concerns in 2019, Canada Human Rights Committee launched an invest. This is 2019. Launched
Mm.
an investigation into compulsory sterilization.